Atención. LSU, Tiger TV, and LSU Student Media are not responsible for the thoughts and opinions expressed on this show. The content is produced solely by the show's slightly deranged creator, writer, and host, Ryan Banowitz. Enjoy! Well, this week will be a return to normalcy, audience. To say last week was a little rough would be an understatement, but this is another week, so it's my job to do what I get to do, telling jokes. This week, the hippies strike back on Earth Day to protest a super bogus pipeline. Canadians thwart a terrorist attack, and it wasn't part of a stand-up routine. And my good friend Micah Bedard stops by to talk tackle football and possible homophobia at LSU's locker room. Please set all cellular devices to silent for the duration of the show. Thank you. Update yourself, fools!
Yeah. Person that a kid just to be grown up. Yeah. Whoever thought I'd be the greatest growing up. Yeah. Whoever thought I'd be the greatest growing up.
Audience, I have some somber news for you. I mean, me, this week. It doesn't involve anybody dying or suffering, except if my ratings were a living, breathing person. Right now, they're on life support, people, and those close to me are begging to pull the cord. Beep! Beep! Who's gonna save me? You, audience? I hope so. I know I smell like Bengay and sorrow right now, but somebody's gotta help me mop this mess up. Just listen to what the men upstairs have to say about my fine, fine performance on this program. Mr. Ryan Joseph Banowitz. We here at Corporate have thoroughly enjoyed your inexpensive entertainment show. Without proper synergy, the numbers are simply stacked against you. Maybe if you had promoted more synergy with our other programs, like Newsbeat, you could have achieved the convergent demographics we expected from you. Also, you devoted an entire segment of your show to ferret poodles. Need we say more? Simply put, your job is on the line. Either the numbers rise or your tuchus will be torn from that chair and we will replace you with someone with less vibrant shirt and tie combos. Whatever happened to black ties and white shirts? Anyway, synergy. Love, Corporate. P.S. I know you ate my lasagna out of the fridge. Last time I checked, your name wasn't Corporate. Apparently, update yourself wasn't as catchy of a hashtag as I thought. Maybe I should have just spent my time on here talking about Lindsay Lolo's cray-cray times in and out of courtrooms. Vomit, okay? I refuse. Like any good captain, I'm going down with the ship. If you want to jump on the lifeboat with me, come on board. We don't have much food, and I am prone to food-based hallucinations. Shove off, mateys. We're in for an adventure. Ah, Earth Day. A day to reflect on how terrible the human race treats Mother Earth, especially Americans. You know what's also as American as apple pie? Doing a minor act of penance to forget about all the other awful crap we're doing. Hooray! So let's all plant a tree and drive SUVs for the next 70 years, or however long until we run out of trees. Science is hard, man. I don't get paid to figure that stuff out. Global warming, all right? Back me up, Al Gore. Excelsior! This Earth Day, my friends from the far, far left took some time away from their community farm projects to raise some hell. The Keystone XL pipeline project, also called tar sands, if approved, will bring oil-rich sands from Canada straight down the heart of America to deliver that liquid gold to refineries across the southern US of A, which, boy, let me tell you, has pissed off all white people with dreadlocks in America. Many liberal organizations are threatening massive civil disobedience if Obama approves the pipeline, which I know has got one person excited. I know I probably take too many showers to speak for all the world's hippies, but here we go. Look out, America. Free bird. Woo! Forgot my bandana, so got my little scarf today. Rose, I never thought I'd see you again. These dudes from Corporate tried to say some stuff about, like ratings and synergy, and I was all like, where's the fire, compadres? No, like seriously, I lost my lighter. I had to start using matches and stuff, making me kill more trees. Damn corporate America. Do pollution in your suits and your ties. Oh, dude. I really need to start looking at what I'm wearing before I go off on these tie raids. I didn't even know I owned this tie. Or do I? Whoa. All right. What were we talking about? That's right, oil. That pipeline will kill our country, dudeskies. And think of all the farmers in the Midwest with their wheat and stuff having to sell their land to the government so they can build a giant concrete serpent to suck the life from Mother Nature. Deep. I need to add that to my poetry collection, which, for some reason, hasn't gotten picked up yet. Looking at you, Random House. Not the publishing company, just any random house in my street that's willing to front my rent. I wash your dishes and I give really good back rubs. Couch surfing, guys. Way cooler than tub thumping. Miss you, Chumbawamba. All I'm saying is, we mean business, Mr. Presidente. My parents grew up in the 60s, so I listened to a lot of Jefferson Airplane and Cat Stevens. I'm not even sure how Cat Stevens applies, but I always loved his name. I learned that it takes art to defeat weaponry and truth to overcome bureaucracy. Oh, dude, I am getting deeper than organic chili and honey detox serum right now, which I'm way overdue for, by the way. Anyway, I prepared another poem for you guys, but this one's really for the government. I'm like the Che Guevara of spoken words, except my words aren't like in Spanish and stuff. Black veins flowing from the cold, icy north. White suits laughing from high-backed thrones. The farmer's plot is splitting, ripped under by corporate greed. Stop. I see the Native American. In his tear, there is a reflection. And staring back at me, I see nothing. Nothing. Where's our nation gone? I'll tell you where, in the bottomless pockets of Washington. One nation, two parties. Why can't I bring my pita chips to the party? You never responded to my question on the RSVP. I call that one, My Stomach is Growling. I think I'm out of Crispix. Woo! You know, I would buy that poetry book right now. Genius often goes unrecognized. One of my many talents and one of many reasons to keep me on the air. Looking at you, corporate. Stick around after the break because I plan on getting Micah Bedard's thoughts on Alfred Blue not wanting to play with sissies. And we look forward to Thursday's NFL draft. Go Tigers?
Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends?
Why can't we be friends? All right, I'm joined now by a player I'd take on my team just how he is, Micah Bedard. Welcome to the show, Micah. Have you got your tickets to the Haters Ball yet? Have they came in the mail?
No, they haven't come yet, but, you know, I'm usually last in line since they know I'm coming anyway, so they can just wait till the day before.
Of course. All right, so we all know that Alfred Blue kind of got himself in trouble with the comments that he said, as someone who's covered sports at LSU for this long, this isn't just like a cultural thing. This is just someone slipping up and saying something dumb in front of a microphone, right?
I mean, it's someone slipping up and saying something dumb, but LSU Athletics has gone on and said that, you know, this was after practice, you're answering questions about football. I can ask Alfred Blue in those sessions what he ate for breakfast, what kind of shoes he put on in the morning. You got to have him prepared for something like this. This isn't some topic that just came up the day before or the day after. I mean, this is something that's timely, and it wasn't a controlled response, and you got to have them prepared to answer those questions.
Oh, I know. I've seen people on Tiger droppings everywhere trying to snipe the reporter for saying, hey, he's just cherry-picking quotes. Now, I take issue with that. What about you?
Well, when he came out with his apology and said the referee left out my end of the quote, that led them to release the audio. And I thought the audio, if you listen to just the way he talks and the way he said, that made it worse. So I don't think he twisted any quote. Maybe he should have put that one at the end, but I don't see any foul play there. I mean, it was a story. It was definitely news. It had to be written.
I mean, and he slipped up. He's a young kid. He said something dumb. He'll come back to that. Don't worry. It's still not dumber than what Chris Culliver said. Can we hear that? Can we please get the world's dumbest comment, Courtney?
They don't got no gay people on the team. You know, they got to get up out of here if they do. Can't be with that sweet stuff. Nah.
Oh, it's none of the sweet stuff. That's just awful. All right, but moving from that to the NFL, do you think when is that going to happen? Do you think that's going to happen within the next year or two? Is anyone going to be brave enough?
I mean, I don't think there's any timetable. I don't really think there's just a certain date. Someone's just waiting that they're going to come out, you know, certain this day. I mean, I think it could happen in the next year, maybe two. But this is something you just can't predict. It's not hurricane season. You can't predict, you know, when something's going to happen. If not, I think it will come. But when? I mean.
I have a feeling it's going to be a big group thing. A couple guys will come out, and there's no way that they can be at that.
that.
But talking about NFL, draft stuff. Who do you think is going to be the best Tiger coming out of the draft into the NFL?
Well, Barkevius Mingo is definitely going to be the first Tiger taken. Kevin Minter's probably going to go later in that first round. But I think the best Tiger is Eric Reed. I think this year everyone said his stats were better. Everyone said he played worse this year. I think he had to make up for more of the slack with Tyrann Mathieu. I think Reed transitions. I think that sophomore year he was the best player on that defense. I think Eric Reed's going to be the next great LSU safety. LaRon Landry, other guys like that. I think Reed's next in line.
Well, and another thing that guys that don't see him around campus know is that this dude studies. Like, I've seen him at Thursday, Friday nights at 10:30. Dude's got like a 3+ in business. Someone's going to be really, really happy with him. But in other terms of draft stuff, who are you looking for as like a sleeper, someone who you want on your tackle football team?
Of course, you said tackle football.
And tackle football.
And I always said the names that you want to go with. Bakari Rambo, safety from Georgia. Ooh. Rambo. I mean, come on, you got that last name, Headhunter. He's a safety too. I think he might go in that late second round, maybe early third. I think he's a steal if you want to get that. Georgia's got about 7 defensive players, just like LSU are going to be taken too. It's going to be pretty crazy. I like Rambo to sneak in back there. Also, from Tennessee, the wide receiver, Justin Hunter. I think he's a steal for someone if they get him in the second round.
And takeaway before we go, Spring game notes. Anything about LSU football moving forward? We know that's not real football. You don't get anything.
Poor purple team. I'm wearing the purple. I mean, they stacked the white team. I mean, you got to go first team offense, second team defense against first team defense, second team offense. Stack the team. I mean, come on, let the boys play.
I agree, man. You got to get them to pop heads. It's got to be fair.
Yeah.
All right, but you guys know Mike is the man. Follow him on Twitter. He's always up to date. And come back for this week's takeaway. Canada is being more than our nation's hat for once. Canada. Welcome back. After last week's tragedy in Boston, it's always nice to hear when terrorist plots do not succeed. This success story comes from the Great White North. No, I don't mean Anderson Cooper's beautiful dome. I mean Canada. That's right, Canada. The country that popularized maple syrup and Mike Myers is thwarting bomb plots. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or Mounties, did something aside from looking awesome in tall boots and riding pants for once. They stopped an al-Qaeda attack from entering U.S. soil less than a week after the Boston bombings. So for this week's takeaway, I'm saying thank you, Canada, for more than just being the butt of all our American jokes. But I'm sure you're not familiar with what a butt is in Canada. White people, right? It's really hard to find a way to be prejudiced against Canadians. But I'll try, eh? I know what you're thinking right now, Canada. For years and years, Americans have made jokes about Canadian pacifism. For example, your mother's so non-confrontational that she probably lived in Canada. Even Switzerland's ambassador tried to take your snack pack in the UN cafeteria. I still don't know how they make a menu to satisfy everybody in there. Pizza? Kosher pizza? The answer to that question is above my pay grade. Anyway, I'd like to apologize for the rest of America. We always view ourselves as the protectors, but you guys had our back, or our top, however you want to put it. I wish I had a Mountie costume and a bottle of Canadian Mist to swig while I belt out the lyrics to "Oh, Canada." Sadly, here's a preview of how that might look.
Canada, our home and native land.
My America gene prevents me from finishing the entire song. I'd probably start blathering something by Toby Keith toward the third stanza anyway, so just appreciate the sentiment, Canada. Americans are hesitant to say thank you and quick to forget, so eat this publicity while it lasts. The next time we'll talk about yous during the NHL playoffs, but who are we kidding? That's really just for you guys anyway. Join me next week for a special 30-minute season finale here on The Update. It will be my final show here on Tiger TV if corporate wins, which they always do. So until next week, watch my show, send angry emails to corporate, and always remember to update yourself. Thundercats, whoa!